got a job in Amish Market, which was around my school, BMCC, and I worked in Amish Market for a couple of months and everything, and I was just so depressed because like I couldn't juggle school. And I couldn't juggle my job. And then on top of that, like my ex-boyfriend and everything, like we used to have a crazy violent relationship. It was just really violent. You know, when I used to think that he used to do something, I used to hit him, he used to hit me. It was just getting really bad. And like we was together for 3 years already, and the love was just falling apart. But you know, I ain't had nowhere to go, and I was so prideful. Like, one thing about us Libras, like, we very prideful. Like, I really wanted to go back home, but I wanted, like, to show my mom, like, yeah, I don't need nobody. Like, I don't need nobody. I'm not going to go back to my mom's crib. So one day, I got fired from Amish Market, and I was just going crazy. But I was cool with the manager, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, what the fuck? And he told me to go across the street to New York Dolls. And he was like, you know, you're really skinny. Like, I was skinny. I always been really skinny. I always had like a nice petite body. He was like, you do money there and everything. I worked in that club for 3 years. I mean, no 3 years. 3 times. I worked there for like 3 times and everything, and I just felt like I was gonna get fired because, you know, I was living in Washington Heights, and that shit is all the way down in Chambers Street. I couldn't really balance it and everything. I couldn't balance it. So I was like, I'm just gonna have to go to another club that is like closer to me. So that's when I auditioned to this club. Because I auditioned to multiple clubs, and a lot of clubs downtown, they said no because I was 18 years old, and I also had a big tattoo on my thigh. And I was just, they wasn't like letting me work in certain clubs, but and I was 18, but they let me work in this club in 43rd and 8th called Lace 2, and I worked there for like 2 years and a half. And you know, working in Lace 2, well, I worked in Lace 2. I got enough money to get my breasts done. I got enough money to get my first apartment. You know, recently, I just got a DM from the makeup artist from that club that the house mom that I used to love so much just died. I wish I could attend her funeral, but it was just too much going on. But, you know, I was working at that club. After I got my breasts done, I was 19. I was 19 in the verge of turning 20. And I was really heartbroken because I was dating this guy. And it's so crazy. Like, the guy that I was dating had my ex-boyfriend name, but whatever. He broke my heart, y'all. That nigga broke my fucking heart. Some nigga from Throsneck and shit. He broke my shit. Tore me up. And I just wanted like to level up so bad. Like, I wanted like to level up so bad because I wanted him to look for me. And I always say this shit. Like, I was taking the train, and we was looking at the magazine, you know, in the food stand. And this girl that I used to dance with, her name is Jenny. I mentioned her before. She followed me and stuff. She used to work with me downtown. She used to be like, you could be like this. You could be like one of these girls. You're pretty. You got the body and everything. That's why I really got my breasts done and all that shit. That inspired me to get my breasts done. After I came from the Dominican Republic, I stood in the Dominican Republic for a month when I got my boobs done. And when I came back, I went back to the club and everything. But I just felt like I wasn't making enough money in Lace 2. So then one night, I went to this club called Crazy Horse, which is closed now, and it's in the Bronx. I went to this club called Crazy Horse. I was trying to pursue like a model too, as an urban model, doing videos. And let me tell you, that shit is not easy. There's so much favoritism, and I don't like that feel. But I went to Crazy Horse when I was like, you know, 19, 20, like I was about to turn 20 and everything, and I was going back and forth from Lace to Crazy Horse, Lace to Crazy Horse, because Crazy Horse, it was good like on the weekend, but on the weekdays it was a little bad and everything. And in Crazy Horse, I met this guy that I dated for a little while, just a little while, like I would say about 6 months and everything. He was a little older than me, and he broke my heart too. You know what I'm saying? We was dating, we was having a good time. All of a sudden, that nigga got back with his ex-girlfriend, and you know, I was so in love with him and everything that it was like, and that nigga was really playing me and his ex-girlfriend at the same time. Like, he'll go home to her, then in the daytime he'll be with me, and then he'll stay sometimes in my crib, and then he'll stay sometime in her, you know, some fuck ass shit. And one night I just decided to go to Sue's, and I got hired at the spot. I was already like 20 when I think. Matter of fact, I auditioned to work in Sue's on Valentine's Day. I was so fucking heartbroken because that nigga was spending time with that fucking bitch on Valentine's Day and everything. And I went over there and I got hired at the spot. You know, like 1 weekend working with Sue's, there was these 2 girls that I got into an argument with. They wanted to jump me, and you know, I'm cool with them girls now. Like I fuck with them. I got a lot of love for them. But at the beginning, like, you know, I got into an argument with them, and that's why I know Ashanti, because I was really small, and like the girls that were a little bit bigger than me, and they was like tag teaming me, and I was new in that club, and that's why I always love Ashanti and her sister, and everything. Because, yo, this girl Ashanti, she didn't even fucking know me. Neither did her sister. Like, they barely know me like that. And there was like, y'all not gonna be ganging up on this girl. So then Ashanti and her sister, they got into an argument in the fight with the girls that was gonna jump me. Like, that shit is crazy. And after that, me and Ashanti, we became so cool. We went to the Dominican Republic and everything. As I worked longer and longer in Sue's, you know, I became cool with my friend named Kita, Ash Cash Legit. She was cool with Sweetness. And, you know, we just all decided to work together. And those are the people that I'm really, really cool with and I'm really, really close with. You know, I never really had a problem with nobody in the strip club, unless like you was picking up my money. Like, everybody knows, any customer, any stripper, they will tell you like that. In New York, I don't know where y'all from, but in New York, strippers have bad habits that if you dancing on a nigga and he throwing you money, there's gonna be a stripper that's gonna pick it up. Like, you gotta be real fast the way that you work in New York. So I always used to get into argument just like everybody else when another bitch pick up your money. I did had an issue with one stripper, and I had an issue with her, some Puerto Rican girl, I think she was Puerto Rican, but you know, it was a guy problem. You know, I was dating this guy, and she ended up fucking him, then he came back to me, type of bullshit. A lot of people that ever dance with me, they will say highly things about me, and one thing about me is that it's like, I don't trust a lot of people, so I never got close to people. Like, before I was a dancer, I was already hanging out with grimy ass bitches. They used to do grimy ass shit to each other. So I barely used to trust these dancers and everything. And I only trusted these 3 girls. People barely used to come to my fucking crib. That's one. I know how bitches love setting people up. Like, it always been known that strippers be setting niggas up. So what makes me think that they're not gonna set me the fuck up? You know what I'm saying? Like, the strip club is literally like high school. It's extremely cutthroat. One day you cool with a bitch and you kiki, the next day you not, because it's always a conflict and everything. So never got close with nobody. Like, one thing about me is, I think people that have seen me evolve, y'all seen the people that have been around me since the beginning, and you see that they still here. And the people that I have a fallout with, I have fallouts with a couple of people, and it's just like, I have my reasons why I have fallouts, but they all are like me, and everybody will say every friendship that I be with people, it be for years. Like, I have people from around, because I don't know, I'm just a good vibe, and I catch people and everything. Like, I got good judgment of people that around me. Like, I have a good aura. Sometimes my aura is fucked up, and then I fucked up with people, and it hurts me when I lose them, because it's like, I don't be losing people that were friends with me, like that I was friends with them for like 2 months, a month. People that I have fallouts with are people that I was cool with for years. Years. A lot of my friends, they are from years. So this day I still speak to the girl that I was best friend with in high school. Like, that's why I hate, like, everybody nowadays, they always got a fucking story and they attach my name to it. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, people that I barely know, that I have nothing in common with. Like, bitch, where the fuck you came from? Who is you? Bitch, who is you? You know what I'm saying? Oh, and by the way, I always, you know what's so crazy? Like, your moms always warn you how it is when you live with boyfriends and shit like that. After my first boyfriend, I always was like a little bit scared to like move in with a nigga or let a nigga move in with me. So I was always like kind of skeptical living with people. When I was like around 22, 23, when I started doing videos, I used to live with one of my homeboys. Well, he used to live with me and everything, and we still friends. I don't know if y'all go to my old videos when I used to do funny shit. I don't know if y'all always used to hear me say to some nigga like, yo, Dev. You know, he was the one that turned me hat when I was 16 and everything. He from Setwick and everything, and that's the only person that ever lived with me. Nah, my sister never lived with me. My cousin never lived with me. My friends never lived with me. Sometimes I would let my niggas, you know, the niggas that I used to like date, like, you know, come over, stay with me for a couple of days and everything. But I was always skeptical about people, like, and to this day I'm very skeptical about people. Like, so you don't see me buddy with people, and everybody that you see me that I'm buddy with is people that I've been knowing for a hot minute. I'm not the person to bring people close by, because I really am from a grimy ass place. Like, bro, the Bronx is full of grimy people. Like, I grew up around grimy people, so I know I gotta stay my distance. Like, I grew up with people that is like to set people up. So I always been a paranoid person. I don't understand why. I could really get into details about shit, but it's like I don't feel like getting into details about shit. But it's just like I just want people to know my dancing history. And I said my dancing history so many times in interviews, in videos. But people always want to switch it up. People always want to this. People always want to that. This shit is annoying. It's disgusting. For real. Hey, y'all. I haven't even looking at y'all. Well, anyways, tomorrow this record with and one thing about me, right? Let me tell y'all something. By the age I was 20 years old, I already had a nice, good 20,000 already saved up. I didn't even have a bank account. Like, I just had it always saved up and shit. One thing about me is, let me tell y'all, I know y'all probably think that I'm stupid, that I'm loud, that I'm crazy and everything. But one thing about me is, I don't play when it comes to fucking money. I always save my money. Like, I know, like, I don't even really spend money like that. That's the crazy shit. Like, I really don't. Because I don't really be doing nothing. Like, to be honest with you, I'm a very boring person. I don't like to do daytime activities. Y'all don't barely see me in the pool. Y'all don't see me in the beach. If I'm in the club, I'm in a club because, you know, my nigga is going to the club or I'm getting paid for it. Other than that, like, it's like, I'm a very boring person. I like to make money. And I always tell y'all that I like to make money. I like to save money because I don't live that YOLO life. Cardi is not about that YOLO life. I don't believe like you only live one type of shit. I am into what am I going to be at in 10 years. I want to be able to spend money the way I spend money in 10, 15 years from now. So I'm always saving money. I'm always thinking about new ways about making money. And I've always been like that because I had uncles and I have a dad that had it all, and I seen these niggas spend that money and never get it back, and I'll be damned if that's fucking me. So I always save my bread, always, even when I was young, always saving my bread every single time. Like if I used to make $1,000, if I used to make, like, let's say if I would make $1,000 in 1 week, right? When I was a stripper, like, I'm just giving you an example, I would try to save $300 no matter what. Like, I'm just giving you an example. Like, I will always try to save money every single week. No matter what. No matter what. And then to this day, I'm the same way. Like, I do not fucking play when it comes to bread. Because I'm telling you, money comes and... The fuck? You gotta love your money. Like, I don't know. I love my money. I love my money. I don't like giving away my money. Like... And I don't want to lose my money. So I always been very calculated about shit. That's why I'm always giving y'all, I'm always talking to y'all about taxes. I'm always talking to y'all about investing this, investing that, or be careful when you invest. Because everybody likes to tell you to invest in certain shit. But it's like, you could take a L investing in the wrong shit. I don't know. I'm just, whatever. I hate how people always trying to make it seem like, oh, I never needed... Even at my worst, I never needed a fucking handout. And everybody will tell you that I never needed a handout. That's why sometimes it baffles me when people be asking me for help about certain things. Because 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, I didn't ask nobody for $1. Nobody for $1. I never asked nobody, help me pay my rent, help me pay the this, help me pay the that. Nothing. I had to strip, I had to this, I had to that. But I went and got that shit on my motherfucking own. All the time. And that's a motherfucking fact. No bitch ever could say that they helped me. No bitch ever could say that they that. No nigga, no bitch. And that's a motherfucking fact. That's why I'm very prideful. That's why I'm a very prideful person, because like my journey, my life, like I reflected all the time. Like I reflected all the time. And it's crazy because I have a lot of money now. I have a lot of money, and for some reason I cannot stop thinking about my past, because it was fucking hard, but I motherfucking did it, bitch. I did it. I did it. I ain't never want to be the bitch who knock, knock, knock. Who is it? The marshals getting kicked out. Never. There was times that I didn't want to go to the strip club. I was fucking tired, and I was so self-conscious. There was a time that my ass, I always had like a nice little ass, but my ass wasn't big enough. And I didn't want to go to the club until like I get my ass injections and everything. And you know what? I still went. Dealt with my own fucking insecurities, but I went. You wanna know why? Because I gotta get money. Because if I wasn't getting money, nobody was gonna give it to me. Facts. So everybody, I be wanting to talk. I be wanting to do interviews, but it's just like I don't want to I feel like I gotta get paid for these type of shits, because I'm just too much of a real fucking nigga. One thing I know about this industry shit, one thing I'm learning about this industry shit, I'm too much of a real nigga. My story is too real for these people. Y'all wouldn't even get me even if y'all tried to get me. Y'all wouldn't understand it. Y'all wouldn't even care, because y'all rather go with fuck shit. So, yeah. And that's a fact. You know, everybody always want to fucking say that I'm this fucking... Oh, whatever. I'm not even gonna... Let me just go to fucking sleep, because I gotta...